I'm Sherry Hotchkiss, and this is Your Own Gentle Approach. Today we're talking about yoga breath. So we're going to do a quick recap of the last segment of our alignment, because you can breathe much better when you have proper alignment in your body. We're going to start down at the feet, and we're going to just make sure that the four corners of your feet, base of the big toe, little toe, inside, outside of the heels, are balanced front to back, side to side, heels not too close or too far away from each other, right in line. And soften the toes down, making sure you're grounded from the base. Then ankles under knees, knees come right to the hip bones, so again your knees aren't collapsed together. And then we're going to take your wingtips and put them down into your back pockets. And we're going to this time lean forward and lean back and just find yourself right up on top of your sits bones. Shoulders are back and down. We're going to find the proper placement for your head and relax the head right over the top of the spine. And have you turn your hands up and just close your eyes and just observe your breath to start. So just your natural breath. Notice what it feels like to you. You can put an adjective to it. Does it feel sharp or spiky, or is it warm and smooth, soft or deep, fluid? Whatever it feels like to you, just noticing, no judgment. And now what we're going to do is the three-part yoga breath. We're going to bring your hands to the belly. And the first thing we're going to do is a belly breath. We're going to inhale and just soften and relax the belly and let the belly fall fully into your hands as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to lift the navel in and up to the spine very gently, forcing all the air up. It brings your diaphragm all the way up, expels all the air out of the lungs. And as you take your in-breath, relaxing the belly again. So breathing into the belly and exhaling, navel in and up to the spine. You want to keep the shoulders relaxed this whole time. So breathing into the belly, softening it, and exhaling, navel in and up to the spine. So just take a couple of breaths, just observing your belly breath. The second part of the yoga breath is going to be at your lower rib cage. So you're going to put the hands right where your rib cage splits. And you bring your fingers right to the edge of it and then flatten your hands onto your ribs. And I'm going to turn towards you just a little bit so you can really see this. As you inhale, notice how the ribs move. And they move side to side here, away from each other. And then as you exhale, just give a gentle little squeeze and just notice the mobility of your rib cage. And as you inhale, watch my fingers, they're going to move further away. And exhale. And just take a couple of full breaths here at the lower portion of the ribs. Just observing the side-to-side movement of the rib cage. And then we're going to go to the back part of the lower ribs, lower part of the lungs. Move your hands to the back if it's comfortable for you to do so. If not, put one hand in the front and one in the back. And then we're going to inhale and feel how your lungs move into the back of your rib cage. If you're lying down in bed, you can also feel this, or on the floor. You should be able to feel the lungs move right into your hands or into the floor. So just a couple breaths here. Because we're remembering that your lungs are very 3D. They go from the front to the back and the side to the side of your body. So this is the second part. So you've got belly is the first part, bottom of the lungs is the second, all the way to the top of the lungs. You need to remember that your lungs, that's what your rib cage is protecting. They go all the way from your collarbone down to the base of your ribs and all the way from the side to side, front to back. You're very 3D. The only thing that's in the middle there is your heart sitting right in the center. So the third part, we're going to find your collarbone and then just slip your fingers gently underneath the collarbone. So this time you're going to take a big deep breath, not too quickly though, because if you're not used to breathing all the way up here, you could get dizzy a little bit. So we're going to breathe all the way up and see if you can feel the ribs or your lungs come up and touch to your fingertips. All the way at the top. And then just gently release the breath. And one more time. All the way to the top, and gently release. And you can even put your thumbs into your armpits and feel side to side. Because again, we're very 3D. And we're using all that space of our lungs. Most people either breathe into the belly or into the bottom of the lungs. Very rarely, there are some people who breathe only into the chest. Just notice, there's no judgment. You're just trying to balance it out and find the evenness between the breath. So now we're going to try to put all three together. So I'm going to have you, first of all, put your hands just down on your thighs, close your eyes, and just observe your breath right now. Notice if it's changed from the first breath we took. Has it gotten deeper or more full? Or does it feel more shallow? Do you feel a little lightheaded? Just observing, where are you at? And now we're going to try to bring the three together. And don't be frustrated if it doesn't happen right away. It is a practice, so you want to take your time and just be gentle with yourself. So we're going to breathe into the belly, then bring it up to the bottom of the rib cage, all the way to the top of the lungs. Pause gently and exhale from the top of the lungs through the bottom, lifting the navel in and up to the spine at the bottom of the breath. Again, inhaling, filling the belly, bottom of the lungs, all the way up to the top. And exhaling from the top of the lungs through the bottom, and again at the bottom, lifting the navel in and up to the spine. What you're going to observe is that your diaphragm is helping your lungs out here. When you relax your belly, your diaphragm drops a little bit so the lungs can fill with more air. And then as you exhale completely, the diaphragm is lifting to help you expel all of the carbon dioxide out of your lungs. And now we'll take one final breath, breathing into the belly, bottom of the lungs, all the way up to the top, and exhaling from the top of the lungs through the bottom, navel in and up toward the spine. And then we're just going to relax, bringing the palms face up onto your thighs, close the eyes gently, and just go back to your normal breath and just observe it now. And notice if the quality's changed. Again, no judgment, just noticing. What does it feel like now? Your breath is very important. If you think about it, you can go for 10 days without eating before your body expires. You can go for 5 days, maybe, without drinking any water before your body expires. But you can only go 4 to 5 minutes without your body expiring, without the breath. So taking the extra time to just focus on your breath, a moment or two or three full breaths can change the physiological makeup of your body in any given moment, bringing you into that calm, centered place to help you deal with whatever it is you're facing at that moment, whether it be an exacerbation, an MRI tube, needles, anything you're looking at, or a difficult conversation, anything. You can always come and find your center with your breath. Wishing you well on your journey. This is Your Own Gentle Approach.